I have been on YouTube for 1 month on my 1 year to monetization journey, and I have learned 5 things that I wish I knew as a beginner, and I'm going to share them with you today. So if you're a beginner or thinking about becoming a YouTuber, this is definitely for you. Okay, so let's jump straight into the stats. Let's have a little look at our stats so far. So at the moment, we're currently on 37 subscribers. It's fantastic. I feel like I'm finding my audience. Even if that was 1 subscriber, I'm so happy. We're doing really, really well. Have a little look at the analytics. So just an overview. We've got same as usual, the same 284 views, which is about the same like they're telling us. We've got watch time 6.5 hours, which is really good. I'm really impressed. I'm really happy about seeing the watch time hours go up so much. So yeah, we're getting there, which is good. And we've gained in the last 28 days 13 subscribers, which is brilliant. Just to show you exactly which one's been doing the best. So week 1 of giving YouTube a real year has been the top content, and we've got 89 views there. Again, my second video, we've got 34 views, and that's been doing quite well. If we just focus on that average viewer duration, that's what I've really been trying to focus on and trying to basically work on my retention. This is the latest one that I've just uploaded. As you can see, it's 23 views. They're saying it's about the same as usual. Watch time hours 0.7. Didn't gain any subscribers from that. That's absolutely fine. The average time that someone's watching it is an 11-minute video, and they've done, we've done 2 minutes, which is not bad. Actually, this is not my latest one. If I just go into my content, this is the latest one that I've just done on Wednesday. And if we go to the analytics, so 4 views, saying about the same as usual. Yeah, it is. I'm not really surprised anymore. I feel like YouTube, the algorithm's really just trying to figure everything out. Look, the impressions, 134 impressions, and through rate is 3, which is not terrible. It's okay. Let's just have a little look. Yeah, I actually thought that, it's only just been up. I only just posted that on Wednesday, so we just need to wait and see what happens. But as you can see, it's not great, the retention for who they've shown it to so far. But we'll leave that because that's a fresh one, and I like to just wait and see. Anything can happen on YouTube, and I'll give that another couple of weeks and then revisit it and just see exactly what's going on. If we just have a look at the overall impressions, we've got 11.5k impressions, so it means that YouTube is pushing it out, which is really, really good. Click-through rate is 1.6%. Not great. I need to work on that one. That might be a challenge for next week. And the average viewer duration is 1 minute 26. That's an ongoing thing. Some of the videos that just totally didn't do great, I know they're pulling that one down. So yeah, but it's it's looking positive, and that's where we're at with this. Okay, so the first thing that I learned from being on YouTube for 1 year, and what I wish I knew beforehand, was that making the filming process as easy as possible is going to be a real game changer, and it's going to really affect how consistent you are posting on YouTube for the month. Everything from your location, so making sure that you've got your, wherever you film is really nice and easy. So you don't even need to think about it. You can literally just turn on your phone, start recording, and you're ready to go. Not overcomplicating it, especially in the beginning, is key for you to still continue and be consistent on YouTube. Just a little insight. So I had another YouTube channel, and I only posted 2 videos on it. And I started it 3 years ago. And basically the setup was ridiculous. In my little 1-bed flat, I had my baby, I've got my husband, and he would basically help me set up the living room, and we would have everything a backdrop, so it made it look like it was all a white backdrop. We had lighting and everything, and at the end of the day it literally had taken like an hour to set everything up. By the time I'd set it all up, I was exhausted, I felt really under pressure, and I just didn't feel great. And I only posted twice, so literally I made 2 videos. And I believe part of that reason was because of the setup was just ridiculous. ridiculous. So from day one, when you start your YouTube journey, is making sure that the setup is just super easy. So for example, I'm in my bedroom, on the floor, nice and comfortable. You know, I don't even need to think about it. Also, I've been experimenting and filming outside, which is really nice. So, you know, you don't have to think about it. You put your phone on your selfie stick and you walk around, you know, with a wireless mic. Fantastic. You just don't have to overcomplicate everything. And I think this is going to really make a difference in terms of you being consistent on YouTube. Just to touch upon the gear as well, you don't need anything new. If you have a phone that has a decent camera, if it's an iPhone, Android. I do have a video coming out tomorrow, by the way, on Saturday, about how to film your first YouTube video. So please do check that out, because I go into more detail. But literally, you just need your phone and you need a tripod or like a selfie stick. That's all you need. If you want to invest in a mic, please do, but it's not necessary if you're in a quiet place. I've tested this out because my mic failed and I ended up posting the video anyway. So it just shows you, if you're indoors, if it's nice and quiet, the microphone on your camera is not that bad, and you can kind of manipulate that when you're editing. So yeah, I would say just keep it as simple as possible. What you have right now is enough. Okay, so planning your videos ahead is so important. I used to kind of wing them, so I'd have like a rough idea what I was going to say. I would really wing it, but I wasn't actually comfortable in front of the camera as I am now. I mean, I'm not fully confident. It's only 1 month into, you know, this whole year of doing YouTube. But what I would say is that if you plan your videos ahead, I mean like really plan your videos, that will cut. Not only will it come across better on camera, but it will cut your editing down. And this was so important because when I tried YouTube last year again and I stopped for like 3 months, that's why I'm on this commitment of 1 year to Monetisation Journey now. What happened is that, you know, I have a child and she's a toddler, and basically I could only edit in the evenings. And it used to take me actually 6 hours to edit one video. Okay, the edits are not great, but it would take me that long to just edit one video, and that's because I never really planned them, and there was a lot of waffle, there was a lot of things that I wanted to cut out. At the end of the day, it's partly why I stopped, because it was just too stressful and it was too much pressure on me to keep up with that. So what I did, I planned my videos properly this time around of starting again on YouTube. What I found is that from 6 hours now, I literally will time myself and I'll make sure I only spend an hour and a half every single time when I'm editing a video. So just for context for today, I'm filming on Thursday, so a day before this is going out. This is going out on Friday. I will have an hour and a half to do the editing, thumbnails, titles, description, like everything. I will do it in an hour and a half, and then that will get uploaded. I'll schedule it for Friday, and that's it. Just cutting down that editing time makes a massive difference, because then I don't feel so under pressure, or I'm not so stressed about spending absolutely hours editing. So yeah, plan your videos, because it will make just a huge difference when it comes to editing. Okay, so things do not have to be perfect. This is really, really important. Perfection is something that I don't feel like we should even strive for, especially as a beginner YouTuber. I know in the beginning, you know, you watch lots and we all consume so much educational videos and educational content about how to make your videos look better, how to edit, how to do this. I feel like if we just cut all of that out and actually being on YouTube for a month now, the videos where I feel that they've done better, they've basically been a little bit more raw, which is really, really nice, and it's a little bit more refreshing to see. And if you actually look into the videos that you like to consume, and I mean like the YouTubers you really have, like, you know, you find peace watching them, it's just really nice to watch. Those are usually the YouTubers, well definitely for me, are the ones who are just really raw. They're the ones that, you know, pick up the camera and they're walking outside, things are not perfect, they will tell you their mistakes, everything is not edited perfectly. So what I found is that you do not need to be perfect in order to be successful on YouTube, and in order for you to connect to your audience. So I actually feel like your audience will prefer you to be more real and more raw, but it can just drive you, it can really drive you to burnout, and it can also just stop you from continuing on your journey on YouTube. So try not to just strive for that perfection. Try and be as raw as possible and as real as possible. So as you could see, like from our stats that we've got, loads of things that I need to work on. Loads, I know. What I've decided to do and what I did was, instead of in the first couple of weeks I was taking everything on, so I was like, oh, I've got to improve on my thumbnail, I have to improve on my titles, I have to improve on my retention. Like, there's so many things that's not achievable with 1 or 2 videos every single week. So what I would suggest doing is working on just one thing every single week. One week I focused on retention, and actually my retention did go up. Okay, the views were only a few views, but I think that's just part of the algorithm figuring out exactly who these videos are supposed to go to, so that's fine. But whoever did actually click on my videos, they were watching them for a little bit longer, which is brilliant. So what I realised that when I started to do that, and then another week I was focusing more on my thumbnails, like really focusing on them, and I realised that they had made an improvement compared to the previous weeks when I didn't. This is what I found, is that focusing just on one thing a week to improve on is going to be so beneficial for you, and it's going to stop you from going a little bit crazy and feeling a little bit overwhelmed as well, because it can all just get a little bit too much. And my final point is to enjoy the process. And you'll probably, please don't click off now, because I'm going to say like what I feel is that this is one of the most important ones. So you do forget when you're going through everything, you're going through your stats, you're, I'm focusing on everything that, what's going wrong rather than actually what's gone right. And the problem is that you forget to enjoy the process. And the whole point is we want to enjoy this process of YouTube, so then we feel more motivated to upload more videos, create more content, upload. So yes, it's not going to be all, sunshine and flowers, all the time. But what really matters at this point is that just enjoy every single time you record. I would say like 1 month into this whole journey as well, is just reminding myself that this is the experimental stage. So we're not trying to aim for perfection, even though that's never my thing, of trying to be perfect in anything. Be yourself, it's a lot better. But what I've realised is that you experiment. So this is like the perfect time to experiment with everything. So, do a different kind of thumbnail. Just chuck it out there, see if it actually works. Do a kind of different style of recording your videos. Grab your selfie stick and pop your phone on, and then just go for a walk and talk about whatever your topic is. Try it, give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, you get 1 view, 0 views. Who cares? Because you'll learn every single time from experimenting and doing something new. And that could be the thing that actually works. That could be the one that you enjoy more, and also your audience, you find your audience through that video. So I would say, experiment, enjoy this process. I've learned a lot of things, but these are the main points that I've learned being on YouTube for a whole month. Obviously there's loads more, but those are the main 5 points that I really wanted to share with you. So hopefully this will help you going forward on, for you to start making content. Maybe, or you can reevaluate your expectations as well. You don't have to be feed into that whole how to make your video go viral and things like that. It's just because I know there's a lot of content out there that kind of talks a lot, about that. So hopefully this kind of normalizes how you're feeling on your journey. You could be a month in, you could be a year in, and if things are a little bit slow, it's okay. It's so normal. I hope you found that really helpful, and just keep going. You're doing so well. It takes a lot to post on YouTube. It's fun, but it does take a lot of dedication, and you should be really, really proud of yourself.